This video is brought to you by Michael's Automotive Service. We guarantee you a smile each time you come by.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's vlog. I'm just not at the shop right now. Michael's shop is pretty busy with a bunch of cars and etc. He's just doing a couple things in the shop, so I'll just let him let him do his thing. This is the second segment of why I prefer manual transmissions. The reason being is basically a lot of people don't know how to drive manual transmission or never attempted to drive manual transmission. People are always picking automatics. The number one reason, my own point of view, is people don't know the basics of the manual transmissions. They're more reliable than automatics. And when I ask people why didn't they don't know how to drive standard or manual, is because of traffic. I'm like, that's not an excuse, you guys. Like, yeah, but traffic's, a lot of people are on the road. There is always ways to avoid the traffic. What? From shifting 1 and 2? At least keep in mind you're focused on the road, not on your phones. A lot of people these days are focusing on the phones or talking on the phones. That's why I prefer driving manual transmission. Back to reliability, or more reliable. It's because you have more control of the vehicle. A lot of people don't understand when you downshift, it actually downshift of a gear or gear, whatever. You have more control. It acts like another braking mechanism. It's good for carrying weight or carrying a trailer. Acts like another braking system. That way it helps you, it helps to slow down the vehicle even faster. Like when I carry a load with this truck, I don't like things flying off. So flying off, what do you mean flying off? I like flying, like, I don't like giving all the brakes to brakingism to the disc and brake pads, because that is a huge big load behind my truck bed. A lot of people don't want to drive manual because it hurts their back. There's a secret to that. I know every Japanese cars out there, certain cars, especially Japanese, well, most cars out there, you can adjust the clutch pedal. I like to adjust the pedal down, because down, here's the floor, here's the pedal. When you press the clutch, right? And when you release it, I want it slightly off the floor. A lot of, from factory, it's all the way up here, the catch. So that's a huge gap. So I like to have it lower. That way I don't have to hurt my back, and I don't have to use my whole leg, to release the clutch. A lot of people don't understand you can adjust the clutch. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. And gas. Normally people just use these two, but I prefer this one also. Anyways, when you go underneath, you see that little dial right there? most vehicles, you could adjust the clutch pedal. I adjusted lower it down. You can't tell. See, there's a lot of free play. So when I release the clutch, it catches instantly instead of a long higher travel. A lot of people don't know that situation, that trick. I like to lower the clutch down. It depends on the vehicle. This one I can't lower all the way down because it has to have a little bit of a play on the pressure plate. It's hard to explain. I could go on in a different video why I can talk about the pressure plate and different clutches out there. But when I tell people when they're doing replacing the clutch, check an aftermarket. Sometimes a sport clutch is cheaper than OEM, and vice versa. It depends what's on sale. It's part of wear and tears, like replacing brakes, brake pads, and all of that. But when people are up for replacing clutch, I advise look into a sport clutch, because sometimes they're cheaper than the OEM from manufacturer. But yeah, well, why I prefer manual transmission? Back then, there were basically more fuel efficient, but now with all hybrid vehicles, electronic, it doesn't really matter. And vehicles with CVT, like hybrid and all that, they say that all the newer transmission is basically automatics have become more fuel efficient. In my eyes, I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not, but I say that is not true. I see automatic transmission a little bit heavier, more heavier than manual transmissions. And they're heavier becomes more weight becomes more on fuel. Hey, I'm sorry that today's vlog is kind of boring, just me talking. But I will promise you that I will be doing something in the future. So yeah, because it's hard to think of something on your own and helping you guys with this knowledge that I know about vehicles. I'm just enjoying the sun right now. And this is the reason why. Actually, I'm going to show you the reason why I prefer manual transmission. A lot of people don't know, with a manual transmission, if your battery is dead or your starter is not running, won't start, with a manual transmission, you can push start it. Watch this video as I attempt to push my truck for the very first time. as you can see, folks, that's the original push start. It'll, once your battery's dead or starter's not working, you can push start the vehicle just to get you where you need to go. The only downfall with it, if your starter's not working, you have to do the step again. That was my first attempt to push this truck, and it is a workout. Whew. Normally I do that with every car I have, but that's the only way to give you an example why I prefer a manual transmission. I don't know if you guys can do it with a truck, but it's hard. That was especially an incline too, so it's a good workout. That wraps up this video. So if I were you, if you have a chance, learn to drive a manual transmission, because you never know. You're stranded somewhere and you have a manual transmission, it'll save you. It'll save you to wait for a tow truck. Peace.